Hello, everyone. Oh, my throat seems a little fucked up today. Oh, it's fine. So I was hanging around here so that way I could actually let the intro play out. So, welcome back to another retro night. We're doing Beyond Oasis, a game that I've been wanting to play for several years. For those that don't know what it is an action RPG from Ancient, the developer behind Streets of Rage, featuring Yuzo Koshiro on the soundtrack, who also did, who also did Streets of Rage's soundtrack. Ali, I am calling to you. Please pick me up. In fact, Yuzo Koshiro's sister was the designer of Streets of Rage, and I believe she also worked on this. I am what remains of this gold armlet. I now entrust its power to you, for you have been chosen to undergo a difficult task. Hey, Semki. The gold armlet has its pair, a silver armlet, which has possessed the soul of another. He will lead Oasis to ruin, if you do not stop him. The powers of the gold armlet are now yours to wield. Find the four spirits this gold armlet governs, and stop the evil ambition of the one with the silver armlet. Many ages ago, a devastating battle was waged in the Shadowlands of the Kingdom of Oasis. It was between two powerful sorcerers, Riharl and I didn't see the other name. Both sorcerers drew special powers from their magical armlets. Riharl used his gold armlet to govern the spirits. Agato used his silver armlet to create chaos and destruction. The epic battle destroyed them both. The armlets were presumed to be lost as well. Beyond Oasis. Excuse me, 1995? Good God, that's a late Genesis game. The PS1 would have been out by then. For like a solid year. Prince Ali Ababwa. Oh god damn it, what's that? That's why this is rare. Like, how rare are we talking? Alright, I'm just gonna go with the canon name for this. This very likely was inspired by Aladdin, given the setting and the fact that you're playing as a character named Ali. Well, if not Aladdin, then Tales of the Arabian Nights, which is the collection of stories that Aladdin is taken from, which is kind of ironic because Aladdin, the original story, takes place in China. Muhammad Ali. No. I'm gonna attack the kid. Never mind. Digging in the mud again, Ali? Excavations, you say? What's the difference? What is the difference? So, I played a little bit of this before, but I didn't get far in it. Ali, for a Genesis game, the main character here is surprisingly well animated. You have slide attacks, you can charge an attack, you can crouch and do an attack, you can do a jumping kick. And that's all I've been able to figure out. I think you have like a combo attack too. Yeah, if you're not holding in a direction. Ali, I have a special today. Why don't you take a look? I can't even shop? Okay. Hey, take me to the ruins next time, please. Hi, Ollie. Oh, the dog just barks. There are no sales numbers, but the game goes for about $100 loose and $600 complete. Good God. Oh, Ali, nice armlet. Where'd you find it? Yeah, I have a few versions of this game because it's in a lot of Genesis collections. I just never actually sat down and tried to play it. But I figured now is a good time because one thing I'd like to do with this year for streaming is to work through my backlog for a lot of the games that I've been putting off for whatever reason. And also to highlight some of the more weird or obscure games in my collection. Hi, Ollie. What kind of junk did you dig up today? There have been many strangers around here lately. I don't like them. Alright, so I guess I can't go in the houses. Let me know how the audio is, by the way. Ollie defeated the hostile group which attacked him and hurried to see his teacher. Prince Ali. Oh. We are a prince. I don't know if Ali Ababa is an actual person or an actual character in Tales of the Arabian Nights. But it would be funny if we are playing as Prince Ali Ababa. I don't know much about the original story of Aladdin, so I just know that it took place in China. Because there used to be a really weird belief that since China was east of the Middle East, that meant that China was the same as the Middle East. So a lot of depictions of China conflated it with the Middle East, which obviously is completely wrong. Yeah, I actually learned about that in my Asian history class that I took in my first attempt at college. Just, you know, white people being white people and assuming they know stuff about other cultures and then making up stuff about that culture and then believing it for centuries. Not centuries, decades. Maybe centuries. It's a white person. I'm a white person, I can say that. It's fine. Prince Ali, are you alright? Don't know who they were, but you were their target. They may have attacked the castle as well. You must check on your family. Oh, good, I'm healed. There's a Saturn sequel you didn't know about called Legend of Oasis? I didn't know about that either. Is that cheese? Oh. There's cheese. Alright, well, I need to go... think east. Yeah. So, I've talked before about the fact that I probably won't stream many RPGs because of how long they are. This game is only actually about 7 hours, so it's kind of an action RPG, but it's more of an action game than an RPG. But you have some RPG light elements. Hey, hon. 20 minutes. I don't know if that's true, Val. Unless you're just joking. Face right, please. Yeah, I'm just gonna be murdering a lot of things in this. Clearly I need a spell for that. Why can't we just give Pete a chance? So, Simki, I briefly talked with you about this game. Have you actually played it before? Or do you just know about it? Oh, wait a minute. I'm fucking stupid. Hold on. Well, let me... Alright, can't go in there. You have not played it. Okay. Yeah, I misjudged what the flag meant. Oh, hi. So, I'm actually on the wrong side of the map. Oh, it's got beat 'em up protagonist syndrome. Well, I mean, this was made by the studio that made Streets of Rage, so that is expected. Also, Bongo Turtles, welcome to the stream. Ow. Is that cheese or is that bread? Hello and good tidings. I'm back at you. Play this game to death growing up. This is my first time ever playing it. For the most part. When this came to Switch with the NSO app, I did open it up briefly to get a feel for it. But I didn't actually sit down and play it. But I've been wanting to play this for years. It is cheese, okay. Legend of Oasis is just considered to be mediocre. Simki, have you heard of Defenders of Oasis? I don't think it's part of this series, but it has the same motif and everything. Alright, well, I just killed a snake. Don't look, Bal. I'm sorry. I hurt one of your people. Alright, so I went the complete wrong way because I was not paying attention to the map correctly. Yes, I know this text. We've already seen that. Oh, more cheese. You have not heard of Defenders of Oasis. It is a JRPG on the Game Gear. It's exclusive to the Game Gear. There is a 3DS version. Because it was one of the few Game Gear games released on 3DS Virtual Console. It's very good, and one of the only RPGs exclusive to the system. It is kind of brutal, though. It is very grindy. I played a couple hours of it, but I never beat it. It's like the mechanic of getting a fire ally from any fire, water, and rain pond ooze enemy from all powerful form. They're from all become wonderful sources of an ally in health. Yeah, all I know is the four spirits. So also, I am okay with backseating with this game. I love playing Genesis games and all that, and games from this era, but they can be a little tricky sometimes in terms of figuring out what the fuck you're supposed to do, because not every game was really great at conveying that. So I don't mind any tips, just don't spoil the story, whatever story is actually in this. Well, I'm getting a lot of health items. Alright, I'm gonna let that snake live. The snakes are good beans. Looks like I'm actually close to that flag. How do I get in? There we go. Ollie, it's you. It's been a long time. Did you find anything interesting? Hello, Ollie. Do excavations still interest you? Hello, Ollie. Wait, hold on. You, Thank you. Are you alright, Ollie? I saw a strange group in the village and I was worried about you. It's not safe to wander around outside. You're telling me. Pretty reliably tells you where to go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had issues with some games just not being clear about that, so hopefully this game is a little more clear. It does have the flag, which is pretty cool because a lot of games on Genesis, if they had a world map, didn't really give you that. I had an issue with Final Fantasy VII that made me kind of need a guide. I know Final Fantasy VII isn't on Genesis, but the world map of Final Fantasy VII doesn't have names for any of the locations. So they'll tell you where to go, but you're not going to know if you're going to the right place. Sometimes they don't even tell you where to go. You're just expected to wander around and hope you end up in the right place. And other times they'll name a location but not say where it is. Though I think it's because the localization is fucking terrible. After you get the spirits, there's a lot of room for backtracking and collecting and stuff. Very Metroidvania-like. Well, good thing is, I love Metroidvanias. Metroid is actually my favorite Nintendo franchise. And Castlevania is one of my favorite franchises, so this will be perfect. Ollie, what did you dig up today? I've not seen you lately, Ollie. Where have you been? Ollie, what did you dig up today? Like the, just NPC dialogue. Alright, seems like I can't enter buildings unless the door is open. You don't get out of my fucking way. I can just push people around. Oh my god. Alright, so that's the way they want me to go. I guess I just go that way then. Anything on the other side? Yeah. Oh, hello. Prince Ali, welcome back. Prince Ali, mighty as he, Ali Ababwa. Strong as 10 regular men, definitely. I forget the rest. Prince Ali, welcome back. I like the audio of the fountain cutting out when I pick up an item because of the limited audio channels. And a lot of chests and loot respawn upon re-entry to a dungeon. Ooh, that's good to know. Wait. Wait, do these have limited uses? Or is that a strength indicator? 10 hits before it breaks. Okay. Beat 'em up syndrome. Got it. Alright, that's probably from a different floor. The only unlimited is the knife. Alright, so clearly I need to save these. King and the princess are waiting for you in the main hall up the stairs. Alright, that's all fine and dandy, but I want to look around. Run. Ollie runs to the direction of the D-pad. Ollie jumps when button C is tapped, and ducks when button C is held. Big attack, small attack. Should I read this in the Troom Troom voice or the Daily Dose of Internet voice? I will go with the first one I see. Press or tap button B to attack the enemies. Ollie jumps when C button is tapped, and ducks when button C is held. Spin attack. One of the special attacks with a dagger. D-pad forward, left, back, right, plus button B held. Forward, left, back, right. Aha! Yeah, my brother has complained that I do the Troom Troom voice a little too well. Ollie, please go and read the book sitting in the back room before you go. I'm sure they will help you. Oh, she heals me too. Welcome back, my son. Let me see what you found. I've heard this story before. This is really the gold armlet. Then it was the reason for that strange attack today. Gold armlet governs the wild spirits. Ollie, go find the spirit sleeping in the water shrine. The key to the water shrine? Whoops. Oh, that's good to know. That's where I accidentally went to in the beginning. I can't save. Wait, why can't I save in the... No. Oop. Wrong button. Hold B, whatever. Hold B. Ooh! Ooh! The jumping frames are invincible. Good to know. And Solly, welcome back. Oh, it's just the guard. See, the thing that I love most about streaming odd games, like games like Beyond Oasis or Killer 7, that most people don't stream, is I just love seeing people pop in who just adore the game. Because that's why that's part of the reason why I like streaming games like this, is, oh, the chest respawned. I get to meet people who play these games a lot. And hopefully, as my community grows, I'll be showing these games to people who have never seen them before. Can't save the game if you can't see the sky. Well, that's weird. Okay. So these do not stack. Alright, so that means I'm actually going to have to use the weapons. Oops. You love this game because amongst the other Genesis games and NES games we had, which were old school hard, I could actually make progress. Hey, I mean, two of my favorite SNES games growing up were Mega Man X and Super Castlevania 4, which are the two easiest games in their respective franchises. They're the only ones I can really beat. And they're the only ones I can almost speedrun. So, if it works, it works. Alright. So I don't know if I need to really kill all the enemies I come across, so I'm just going to run back. Just nice to die but not lose everything. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, I love roguelikes, and that is, like, the opposite of what roguelikes do. game definitely has difficult spots to give you pauses as an adult. Yeah, I mean, one of my main ways of beating a lot of games is just brute forcing it until something works. So. That is so cool. Oh, hang on a second. Let me go back out and save. Knife attack out of a charge. See how far. Yeah, I've been doing the charge attack or dash attack a lot. Yeah, maybe go to the side. So I don't have any SP, so I don't think I can use these. I'm also going to eat that real quick. Flummox is a good word. I like that word. Give. So this is basically just the Zelda Alondra but Genesis? Kinda. I mean, Sega did try a couple times, to make... I need something to get over there. Sega did try a couple times to make a Zelda-like for Sega consoles. There was a Golden Axe game on Master System that tries to be Zelda. From what I know, it's fucking dog shit. And this is their closest attempt that actually feels like Zelda, I guess. The actual Zelda-like on Genesis is Atlas's Crusader of Senti, which I have on the Genesis Mini 2. That one is literally just Zelda but Genesis. So when it... Oh, those are slimes. Who's John Zelda? No one knows. Alright, do I have to kill all these things? Guess I do. Maybe one of them just has the key. There we go. Alright. Axe Battler, A Legend of Golden Axe is on Game Gear, and it's actually a Zelda 2 clone. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I thought it was on Master System. Aha! Up! Oh my god! Oh my god. There we go. Hello? Oh god. Maybe I'm gonna make use of one of these. Hello. Ow. That was an interesting boss. Some kind of, like, literal spider crab. Wait, Golden Axe Warrior is the one you were thinking of. Wait. There's 2 different Golden Axe Zelda-likes. Didn't work the first time, it ain't gonna work the second time, dipshit. My master, gold armlet. Show me your light ball. Yeah, it's a strange thing to tell someone you just met. Ah, A button. Got it. I am Ditto, a water spirit. Water has the power to purify and can wash away evil. I swear that I am devoted to my master. I will come to serve you when I see the light ball on the surface of the water. He found Ditto, a spirit of water who had been sleeping in the water shrine. Instructions. Alright, let's see if I can do the daily dose of internet voice. Tap button A to generate a bubble that stuns enemies. Healing. Tap button A twice. Magic Storm. Hold button A for 1 second to attack all enemies with a water tornado. Press A, B, and C buttons together to cancel the summons. Ooh, hello. So. Alright, so how do I get rid of her again? Ah, that's how. I see, okay. Yeah, I still have the sword equipped, I don't care. So let me try to clear some space in my inventory. Oh, they don't auto sword, I don't like that. SP recharges outside, so don't waste your fruits just yet. Okay, I did not read that in time, so it's fine. It's fine. Oh, does it recharge? Ah, okay, I have to cancel the summon. Alright. Yeah, get used to giving me advice and then me not seeing it in time, because that happens a lot. Hello? Oh, there we go. Alright. Well, thank you for joining us. And have a good night. Oh, my sword broke. Let's make sure I have Ditto Summon when I approach the next flag on the map. Alright. I'm assuming they meant after the castle. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, well, I'll probably reach that point at some point. Field lattice generator. Val, what are you talking about? No, that's Snake in Love. I missed. Unreal Tournament 3. Yeah, that's the one I didn't play. Prince Ali, I'm relieved to see you safe. Have you returned to your castle yet? The king and the princess must be worried about you. Coward. Well, why would I play Unreal Tournament 3 when I can play Unreal Tournament 99? Speaking of SimKey, we need to try again and getting that server online. And I need to correctly install the patch. Hey, UT3 has Steve Bloom? I did not know that. Yeah, I'm gonna be busy with homework for the next few days, but I'll let you know when I have time. Yeah, because we're on week 3 of classes, and my film class professor only just now released the quizzes and homework from the first 2 weeks. So all of that stuff isn't due until the 11th, but I was going to spend tomorrow getting it all done to get it out of the way. Because I have decided that doing homework early is better because that means more free time later. I trust the soldiers guarding the castle. Please be careful, brother. So you found the water spirit? Then the story must be true. I've instructed the soldiers to find out who these strangers are. I will receive a report sometime later. Ali, you must go to the east waterfall before the soldiers come back. There must be another shrine where a spirit sleeps. Find it to fulfill your destiny. Yeah, remember, if you do your homework soon... Oh, fuck all the odds, Jesus. If you do your homework right away, that's more time for games later. Oh, I'm almost at the big one. Almost at the big one, guys. Oh, wow. They weren't kidding when they said waterfall. "99 problems and a yawn ain't one. Ha 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 ha." You're so clever, Bal. I can't get over how clever you are. Don't even know what I'm referring to? I am familiar with the song. I am not completely out of the loop. If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I know the song. I grew up in the 2000s. Fucker. Zena says, oh, you could have more time for games now and do homework later. That is true. I guess. Streamer can memorize lyrics. All a bunch of bitches. My bubbles can open this water gate, master. Ow, 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 ow. Oops. Apple. God, I haven't had an apple in a while. I need more fruit, man. I like fruit, but I never get to eat it. Because all the fruit we get goes to my mom, because she's supposed to be having a healthier diet. But what if I want a healthier diet? I'll avert your eyes. I don't know what that symbol did. I kind of had to kill them, Bao. They were in the way. What the fuck are you? I genuinely don't know what I expected. Oh, I leveled up. Zombongo. Mushroom. Alright, there's the key. I'm gonna go and see what's in that door up there first, and then I'm gonna use the key. Okay. God damn it. I didn't realize I needed Ditto active this whole time. Give me a second here. Owie. This the boss. Oh, that's the boss. Alright, boss, where are you? Ow and ow. There we go. That was kind of a cool boss. Bit slow, but not bad. Efreet is my name. I am fire, which burns away anything unclean. The gold armlet is my master. Sorry, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy. Sorry, Daddy. He found Ifrit, a spirit of fire who had been sleeping in the waterfall shrine. I'm just gonna read it in my normal voice. Instructions. Flame breath. Tap button A to create a stream of fiery breath. Fireball attack. Tap button A twice to turn Ifrit into a fireball. Melt bomber. Hold button A for 1 second to cause a fire inundation. Press A, B, and C buttons together to cancel the summons. Cool. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Alright, back to the castle. So from what I remember when I looked this up, this game is not very long. Hey, I'm rank 3. So we shouldn't be This should only take maybe 2 streams to finish. And then, after I finish this, I'll be showcasing my first bad game stream. And that'll be the Lawnmower Man. The SNES version. I played a little bit of it after buying it. It's fucking nuts. It's got some really cool tech behind it. Like, it's actually quite an impressive game. It's just... I wouldn't call it good. This game's soundtrack is pretty good. Oops. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with the bow. Is it headbutt a bullet to block at levels of coal? No. Nothing is going to top that. Not yet. However, Lawnmower Man is not a single genre. It is an amalgamation of different genres. I'm gonna go have a good rest of the stream. Okay, have a good night, Simki. Father is very worried about you. I am too. Take care and come back safe and sound. Ali, the soldiers reported that some strange groups are camped out in the field northeast of the water shrine. You must investigate the area before they hurt the villagers. Right on, man. One of these days I'll track down a physical copy of this. I haven't bought many Genesis games. We have a few Genesis games. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, there's a big 100. We have a few Genesis games because of my sister's collection. But I've only bought a handful. There we go, 100 yawns. We did it, guys. I think out of all the Genesis games we own, the only ones that I actually bought myself were Streets of Rage 2, Sonic 2, Vector Man, Castlevania Bloodlines, and Light Crusader. Yeah, I bought Light Crusader, not Beyond Oasis. Dude, can you face the right direction? Thank you. Oh, he'll just automatically fight enemies. Okay. That's awesome. And he instantly kills the zombongos. Oh, Zeno, did you just look up the price of, beyond Oasis. Alright, don't know what this is. Doesn't look like I can do anything here yet. Yeah, that lines up with what Simkey said. Not a cheap game. Well, this is cool, having to swap between different summons like this. I was gonna say, you better let me pick that up. It looked like a challenge. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with it yet because there were items in the back that I couldn't reach, and Bongo Turtle mentioned something about getting an ability to reach heights. Hey, Zeno, can you do me a favor and look up what the current temperature is? Alright, there's a chest over there that I can't reach, so I'm just gonna come back later. Alright, well, I'm at the right spot, so... $24 feels like 14. Yeah, you guys could just give me a moment here. I'm gonna put on my hoodie because I'm actually very cold. So I'm just gonna... I'm not gonna mute because I'll only need a moment. So you guys get to hear me put a hoodie on, I guess, or something. Is it fucking cold? Tuesday is going to be 1. Oh. Well, it's a good thing I scraped all that ice off. As best I could, at least. A key. Oh, excuse me, where did that come from? Let me have a sip of my agua. Well, Tuesday and Monday's lows are 1, the high for both will be around 12. That's not really any better, though. I'm level 4. Ah, I would assume that is increasing my SP. Might need something stronger to break it. Ow. Can you face the right way, please? Hey, that is not the right answer. Bams! Oh my god, JC, a bomb! Oh, ow. A bomb, a bomb, a bomb, a bomb, a bomb, bomb, a bomb, bomb, a bomb, a bomb, a bomb, bomb, a bomb, a bomb, a bomb. Can I jump over that? No. Owie. I know the commander because he's my pal. Here's a picture. Wrong button. Stuck with the prod. Prod with the prod. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent. Paul, you not go hurt my weeby. He responds to the code phrase, iron cock beans. Might be useful. I'm not even going to explain what those are from. I just want people to take guesses. Beans. I feel when M. Durgan, so do not have beans. Oh, these snakes explode. Now, I'm gonna heal real quick. I love the noted emotes people have. Silvers, or Silver Veils noted emote is probably my favorite. I use the GIF version of that as a sticker on Discord all the time. Don't run. Please do not run. Now run. That's fine. Leisurely pace. Oh, ow. Ooh, ow, and ow. Oof, ouch, my bones. He captured the enemy base and sneaked onto a ship staying in the harbor. Ah, there was a chest I didn't open. Alright, don't know what that item is. Meat. Are you the boss? Gold Armlet, you are brave to come here, but unfortunately I have no time to fool with you. I am Silver Armlet. You cannot stop me, and you will be sorry you tried. You don't hear from me in a month, send meat. Me at balls. Ollie defeated the gargoyles. He headed his boat, in the direction where Silver Armlet disappeared. I've got balls of steel, steel, steel. I've got balls, 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 balls. He literally just went on the boat and went, look at me, look at me. I'm the captain now. Is that movie even any good? I only know people talk about the memes. I know it's based on true events. He's a prince, he can do what he wants. Pretty much. Broad. That's rude. Am I your broad? I don't know if broad is a good term, so I'm afraid to answer this question, hun. There was a stupid little intermission level in Medal of Honor Warfighter based on that event. God, that game sucks ass. I have never played a Medal of Honor game. Broad is generally negative. Yeah, that's why I was afraid to answer that question. A lot of SP restoring things, but I don't... Oh, well, I couldn't even eat it if I wanted to. You have a love-hate relationship with Medal of Honor. Love that I just fumbled around and got that right. I'm gonna summon those power up my summons. I see 8 spots here. How many summons are there? Are there 8 summons? I thought there were only 4 spirits in the armlet. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Fire arrows. Ooh. Also, it just occurred to me, these are crossbows. Interesting. Most games, or rather, not enough games give you crossbows. I'm gonna have this equipped for a little bit. Try to use this up. We'll just use it all up on one single enemy. Broad basically means a woman who sexually messes around and seen as more polite than saying bitch, though. Oh, I can shoot the I can shoot the arrows out of him. I didn't mean to say arrows out of him. I meant to say I can shoot the bombs off him. Ow. You're betting that's a quick summon item for effort? Probably. Well, let's see what it does. Because there's something over here, and I don't have an Ifrit on me. Hey, you were right. I'm gonna kill some space, don't do anything without you. Alright, have fun. Anything cool? Everything I do is cool, though. I'm gonna fucking die. Heard another thing thump over here. Oh, there's nothing. Bams. That's a ditto call. I'm just gonna get rid of these bombs real quick to clear space in my inventory. There we go. Alright. Kinda had to do that to get to those chests, I guess. Should wait, yeah, I do want to go this way. This is a really cool game. I'll have to fight these guys again? Oh, no, okay. God, I'm still hungry. I had a delicious lunch earlier with a Wagyu, fucking American accent there. A Wagyu cheesesteak from a website called, or restaurant called Capriati's. And it was absolutely delicious. Hey buddy, could you come over here a little bit? Buddy. Oh my god, light the damn torch. Face the right fucking direction, Jesus Christ. I don't even know this is what I need him to do. Turn around, please, and face the right direction. Thank you. Oh my god, that took forever. Come on. Effort, you can do it. Ah, they're not all thingies. He defeated the monsters in the cave and picked up a necklace which had a mysterious radiance. One moment here, I'm just gonna wait for my SP to go back up. A necklace supposedly heals you while in sunlight. Not supposedly. That is correct because I'm now at full health. I was not at full health a moment ago. This game is really cool. Okay, so it only heals me if I'm not actually moving, so I have to stand still to let it heal. Interesting. 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 Very interesting. I include the length of this in my notes. How long is this game? I did say about 7 hours, but is that actually correct? Yeah, about 7 hours. So yeah, this should only be about 2 streams. Oh, interesting, I can't save here. Guess I'm technically in the dungeon. Ow. Let me just let that heal me again. I'm going to abuse this as often as I can, because that is fucking nice. Alright, no, it is sunlight. Alright, for a moment I thought I wasn't in direct sunlight. Oof, ouch, my balls. Also, I just remember there is another Zelda-like on the Genesis. It's called Landstalker. That one's actually closer to Zelda since it's isometric. That's not on the Genesis app, but it is on a few Genesis collections and the Genesis minis. It's on one of them. I don't remember which one though. God, I'm just fucking him the fuck up. Ow. Oh, it shows me the keys I have when I pause. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. HPSP plus half. Ooh! I'm fucking saving that. Die, please. Give. Alright, so it's sunlight, so I'm just gonna sit here a moment. And let that heal me. Just let that sit a moment. I ate free heals. I'm going to abuse this every opportunity I get. So what do you guys think of the game so far? I think this is really fucking cool. I mean, I've always had a soft spot for the Genesis. As much as I love the SNES, I really, truly have a soft spot for Genesis games. I love the chunky music. I just love Genesis games, really. Oh my god, it's Wizrobes. Yeah, like, this is a really, really cool game. Like, this is a game I think you would play, you know, and you don't really play Genesis games. And I've been wanting to play this for years because I knew it was a cool game. Give. He caught a faint conversation from downstairs. Is it to the north? Yes, in the wall fortress. It is the key to go to the west crater to see Shade. Did I just deflect an arrow? He left for the wall fortress to continue after Silver Armlet. Alright. Gonna let myself heal, because I'm once again still in sunlight. God, this is like quickly becoming one of my favorite games. This is really good. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford a copy of this. I killed the bug. Sweet little bumblebee, I know what you want from me. Do 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 rah rah, do 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 rah rah. Oh, okay, hello. Yeah, die. No. I love how the generic enemy screams just. Yeah, fuck. Something's in my eye. Ugh, okay. I'm good. Now, the one game we really need in the Genesis app is Rocket Knight Adventures. I would kill for a more convenient way of playing Rocket Knight Adventures. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. Oh, fuck. Didn't know those fuckers could do that. Alright, okay. Yes, I know I'm at low health. I'm just gonna sit here. Those free heals. Yeah, Rocket Knight Adventures is a game I actually own physically. It's probably my favorite Genesis game, and it certainly has my favorite Genesis soundtrack. And it was only on Genesis, and they got a sequel that was on Genesis and SNES called Sparkster, because that's the main character of Rocket Knight. His name is Sparkster. He is the Rocket Knight. And as was often the case, the Genesis and SNES versions are essentially completely different games. And then there was not another Rocket Knight anything until the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, when Konami released a revival simply titled Rocket Knight, which from what I've heard is not very good. Which is unfortunate. Also, for those who did not grow up in that era, since we do have an entire generation of gamers nowadays who started with the PS4, the Xbox 360 and PS3 era was the start of the retro fad, if you want to call it a fad. I don't think it's a fad. But that's when people started wanting old games to come back in some way. And that's when we got a lot of retro-inspired platformers and retro compilations. That's also when WiiWare got started with Virtual Console. So it was not unusual in that era for random old games to suddenly come back in a new form. One of them was Rocket Knight. One of them was Bomberman Act Zero, and the less said about that game, the better. Now, let me go up here. Alright, don't know if I'll need Ditto, but you never know. The 360 and PS3 era, I think, is also when the indie craze really kicked off, because Cave Story had come out around that time. And that's also when the original Meat Boy came out in the original Binding of Isaac. And Braid and Fez were two games from that era that were groundbreaking, and there's actually a documentary about the making of them. Unfortunately, one of them was made by Phil Fish. And it just kickstarted a bunch of indie games suddenly coming out. And that's how a lot of big-name indie companies today got their start. Because, ooh, that's a nice looking sword. Death 20, Jesus. Alright, let me try to use this up. What was I saying? Oh, two big-name indie companies that you all are probably familiar with are Clay Entertainment and Supergiant Games, and both of them got started in the Xbox 360 era. Because Clay Entertainment made Shank and Mark of the Ninja, and Supergiant made Bastion. And you may be more familiar with Clay's game Don't Starve, or Oxygen Not Included, and you've probably heard of a roguelike by the name of Hades, which is the latest game from Supergiant. Speaking of, I'm going to be all over Hades 2. I'm actually shocked they're doing Hades 2 because they do not do sequels. They don't do DLC and they don't do sequels. That is not how they operate. Hey, Bongo Turtle, welcome back. Yeah, let me go. How's the beatdown going? Oh, I'm kicking ass and taking names, as long as those fuckers don't just grab me. Ditto, could you actually, like, target the enemies I'm attacking? Yeah, I found some stuff. I think I've gotten every secret I can get so far. Oh. Been talking too long without taking a sip. Also got this thing, which I'm really looking forward to using. Sure. I don't mind some backseating. Yeah, these guys are just respawning, so I'm just gonna run past them. Alright, I got Ditto out because I thought I needed her. Ah, okay, I need to go up here. See those call items? Yeah, I've already used one of them. Yeah, I have a Ditto one and an Effort one. I had an Effort one earlier that I found in the ship, but I used it to see what it did. I'm also gonna use that cheese real quick. Use Ditto again. Oh god, bugs. If instead of using them from your inventory, you drop them and then shine your ball so it hits it on the ground, the item turns into another item. I won't keep that in mind. Omega? Okay. can also get it from lettuce. Okay. I might want to start using up some of these. I'm gonna use power bombs. Sorry, Adam didn't give me authorization to use them, because if I did, I would just blow up the ship. Or something, some bullshit like that. For those who don't get the reference, that's Metroid Other M. I played Other M to say that I did it. Wasn't worth it. Never keep effort, because bombs work just as well when they stack. Remember me? Funny thing about Anthony in fucking Metroid Other M, he's probably the best character in the game, and he's just a walking stereotype. But he has more personality than anyone else in the game, even Samus. Which is kind of sad. Hello, I see that thing over there. Alright, see ya, Bongo. This fortress level is hell. Oh, good God. Yeah, well, I won't be streaming for too much longer anyways. I got about 45 minutes left before my usual end time. Thank you for the follow. Ow. This is one of the difficulty spikes I think you mentioned. And that pushed me to 81 followers. Number go up. Number go up. Alright, there's nothing there. Alright, I'm gonna walk out real quick to save. In here, can you see me? And I'm still healing. Perfect. Come on. Come on. Good enough. Ow. So every time I fail touching that thing, or fail and touch that thing, uh-oh. Every time I touch the fire, it spawns enemies. Or not, it just spawns enemies in general. Am I stepping on a switch? Just for the sake of time here. That'll be the only time I do that. Ow. Oof, ouch, my ass. God motherfucking shit tits. That is true, they did just say this level is hell. Oh, Christ. I wasn't even touching you. I'm still technically outside. Good to know. Alright, so that was kind of a waste of that Ditto call, but it's fine. We're good. Alright, it's whatever. Alright, let me let that just, can I save? No. And just let my health respawn again. Or regenerate. Respawn, regenerate, some difference. Okay. Give. Give effort. Give effort. Give. Please, I'm begging you to face the correct direction, you stupid spirit. Oh, whatever, it's probably not important. Oh, God. Oh my God, Everett. So the problem with Everett, it seems, is he actually will actively fight the enemies, and he just moves around wherever the fuck he wants to. So I don't actually have direct control over where he's facing. Like, at all. So I have to hope he faces the correct direction when I'm trying to get him to burn something. Which is a problem when I have a puzzle like this, where I'm assuming I need to light the campfires. Because there's a gate I can't get past. So we might be here for a while. Oh, thank God. What? I don't know what I thought was going to happen there. No, I don't. Yeah, a hint here would be nice. Yeah, more of a hint. Uh-oh. There we go. Caught up with me much earlier than I expected. Well, let me reward you. Somewhere in this castle there is a device which can move you through a warp of time and space. I don't need it, but you will. Show me your power, Gold Armlet. You must defeat my minions to gain access to the warp device. No longer... Oh, hi. How do I use the warp device? Ah! Okay. He defeated the monsters in the fortress and got the warp device. Alright, I'm going to let myself heal and see where this portal goes. This game is so cool. I'm really liking this. Zeno, you should play this. Like, genuinely, you should play this. Alright, I'm gonna try to get to that flag. And that's probably where I'll quit for the night. Mate. Cheese! Ah, okay. I'm just gonna run. Ow. How much you want to bet that cave is where I need to go? Yep, that's it. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay, there we go. I wish I could save in buildings. Alright. Should be fun to just stand here. That is it for Beyond Oasis tonight. I am really, really loving this game. So I'm looking forward to streaming this next week. Oh yeah, Hun. Are you streaming? Remember, you don't have to stream on Sundays and Wednesdays. I just need a heads up if you're going to stream. But if you're not sure if you're going to stream, just let me know. I can't stay up too late tonight because I have a lot of homework I need to do tomorrow. Or at least that I'd like to get done tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, so I'll be able to stay with you for a little bit, but I'm gonna have to go to bed at a decent time. Alright, so then we're just gonna wait for Sorrow. Those who are new here, Sorrow is my girlfriend, and she streams on Wednesdays and Sundays, and usually she waits until I'm done streaming for her to stream. So, I just raid into her. To clarify, I raid into her stream. Might change soon. Might change in that you're streaming more often, or schedule will change. Ah. Okay. Yeah, the nice thing about streaming is you can basically just stream whenever you want. It's just that if you want to have consistent growth and whatnot, you need to kind of sort of stick to a schedule. Or at least have a regular stream, rather than just streaming randomly. But it's really up to you, because you're the streamer. You can really decide what you're going to do. This is my understanding. I need to find a noodle dish in the pantry somewhere for me to eat, because I am hungry. And there is a pad thai noodle thing that's calling my name. It's not real pad thai. It's not really good pad thai, but it's food. And I guess it's tasty. Plus, I can make it in like 2 minutes, and that's always good. Yeah, sorry for just sitting here, but I'm waiting for Sorrow to go live. So, for next week's schedule, it's essentially going to be a repeat of... Oh, she's up? Alright. Yeah, I will raid you in a moment. Next week's schedule is going to be a repeat of this week's schedule, unfortunately. Nothing has really changed. We're doing Inscription on Monday, because we're not done with Inscription yet. We're doing Owl's Guard on Wednesday, because we're not done with Owl's Guard yet. We're doing Killer 7 on Friday, because we're not done with Killer 7 yet. Saturday's Splatoon 3 again, because that's when the voting for the Splatfest is going to start. And we're doing this, Beyond Oasis, next Sunday, again, because we're not done with Beyond Oasis yet. So, it's an unfortunate side effect of my schedule. We are likely to finish Owl's Guard on Wednesday, which means I'll be able to start another game next week. I don't know how much is left is Inscription. It might be 2 more streams. It might be 1 more stream. I might be able to finish it Monday. I don't know. I don't know how much is left in the game. So I will post my schedule. I'm going to have an easy time editing it. But I hope you all tune in for those streams. Sorrow is up. She forgot to send me the message. So I have to find her in my live category. Give me a sec here. Let me get her queued up. There she is. Ah, that's right. She's doing the Minerva Den DLC. For, or Minerva's Den DLC for Bioshock 2. Okay. Get that queued up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, we're just doing Dapper Dragon, right? As you know, I'm the Dapper Dragon, and this game didn't give us any good memes. So, again, Inscription Monday, Beyond the Edge of Owl's Guard Wednesday, Killer 7 Friday, Splatoon 3 on Saturday, and Beyond Oasis on Sunday. Literally the same thing I just did this week. I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a good evening. I'm going to go get some food. Let's also show Soro some love. Good night, everyone.